What is up, everybody? It's Chris Wild with another video and another live stream here on the Fly Wild Show. And man, we had a hell of a day today, right? Fun Philadelphia Eagles trade deadline. Now, we were told by Pro Football Talk that the Eagles were looking to do some fun things during this trade deadline. So, of course, myself, just like just about every other Eagle fan out there, man, I fed into all of the rumors. You check my channel, and a lot of these videos are about some of these trades that the Eagles could get into. Excuse me, I'm fixing this mic here. So, coming into today, I'm expecting something. I'm expecting a corner. I'm expecting a wide receiver. Because let's be honest, that's what the Eagles need the most. Yesterday, they traded for defensive end Gennard Avery from the Cleveland Browns. He was drafted in the 5th round last year. We gave a 4th round up for him this year, even though he has only had 2 tackles all year. I still think it was a good move because of, just from listening to Browns fans, not that their opinions mean all that much. And looking at some of the clips of the guy, he's got a motor on him. Seems like the upside's there. And it's somebody that the Eagles are actually looking at during the draft last year. And I'll get into the Eagles and drafting, too, in a second. And I don't want to spend a lot of time here because the Eagles have wasted my time all day today and yesterday thinking that they were going to do something to significantly improve this football team. So they have a big win against Buffalo. A lot of positive energy surrounds the team now. They look like they're overcoming a lot of the drama. And then here comes this trade deadline. It seemed like it happened at the perfect time for the Eagles. A lot of names being thrown out there, guys you figure you could get out on the cheap, like wide receiver Robbie Anderson was one. Devontae Parker was another guy. Those were the more realistic options. And then you dig into your fantasy bucket, and you got, maybe a Julio Jones might be available. Mike Evans, I heard, Keenan Allen, guys like this. So it was very excited to see what they were going to do today. And as we all know, the Philadelphia Eagles and Howie Roseman today, during the trade deadline, did absolutely nothing to help this football team. Nothing. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're sitting back and going, well, no NFL team today did anything. I mean, really, there was no trades today except for Talib got sent from the Rams to the Dolphins, which is basically was a salary cap dump. That was the only thing that was done today. It was one of the most boring trade deadlines I can remember in some time. So, and I blame that on the New England Patriots because earlier last week they trade for Mohamed Sanu from the Atlanta Falcons, a guy that you're thinking if 5th round pick, 4th round maybe. And they give up a 2nd round pick for him, and that was done on purpose, man, because they destroyed the entire trade market. Not just the wide receiver market, but the entire trade market. Because now when the Eagles are trying to get Robbie Anderson, you got Joe Douglas over at the Jets going, well, they got Sanu for a 2nd round pick. This guy's numbers destroy Sanu's numbers, or this guy's better than Sanu, maybe he's younger than Sanu. I want at least a 2nd round for him too. So they just really destroyed the market there. I still thought that the Eagles would get something done, though, because there were a lot of guys out there. There were a lot of guys out there that they could have gotten, and I've talked about them nauseum, The cornerback market, Chris Harris Jr., so much for that guarantee that G. Cobb said was going to happen. Gary Cobb, said a couple weeks ago that it was a guarantee that Chris Harris Jr. was going to be traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. Apparently the Eagles were calling about him today, but nothing, absolutely nothing happened there. Darius Slay, we were toyed with about Darius Slay and the Eagles possibly getting him. Nothing happened with him. Even like a guy like Josh Norman, who you probably could have got for like a 6th or 7th round pick from the Washington Redskins. Not that this guy's going to help out our secondary, but I'd take him over Sidney Jones. Nothing. They did nothing. And this is a team that's got to face the New England Patriots. They got to face the Seattle Seahawks. And the Chicago Bears team I'm not overlooking them at all. They're going to be tough too, and I'm just wondering again what they're going to do with this offense because I'm going into the trade deadline, and yeah, I'm concerned about corner. I think we were all concerned about corner. I did feel, and again, Buffalo doesn't have an offense. However, I mean, look with Ron Darby and Jalen Mills back there. We won a Super Bowl with these guys. You know what I mean. The defensive line was great that year. Obviously, that has something to do with it. I think adding Avery is going to help. Brandon Graham's been really good. He's starting to shape into form, as is Derek Barnett. And Fletch is even starting to get there. So I think our defensive line is going to be better. So I wasn't so concerned with cornerback, but man, this offense, if you ever needed to go out and and people watching, man, feel free to discuss this with me in the chat because I hope everybody is feeling as pissed off as I am right now. I've calmed down a little bit, but earlier today it's just nuts. But yeah, this offense. What do you realize that we only have two wide receivers that have even caught a football, in 2 weeks? Mac Hollins hasn't had a catch in 2 weeks. Our second round pick can't get on the field. So now you left with Alshon Jeffrey and Nelson Aguilar, who's we all can agree is garbage at this point. He's not worth anything. Our big free agent pickup, Deshaun Jackson, who still is he going to play this week? I don't know. We're going to be playing this guessing game all season. So you figured they would have done something to help out, get some kind of wide receiver in here. And I'll tell you this, it sucks that we're at this point again because we were at this point last year. And I heard people today saying, well, last year they traded a third for Golden Tate. They don't want to make that mistake again. Well, guess what? Last year they picked up Golden Tate out of desperation, and they picked up Golden Tate. It was a mistake to begin with because he's a slot receiver, and you needed a speed guy on the outside. That's why Golden Tate didn't work there, because you got Nelson and Golden playing the same damn position. So what I want to do, and what I will do, is Mac Hollins. Look, man, you had a couple good plays in 2017. You're a likable guy, and you wear your vintage Philadelphia Eagles jerseys and to the games, and the fans like you for that. But it's time to say goodbye to Mac Hollins. It's time to cut him. I'd cut him right away. And again, it sucks for me to say this, but I'd sign Jordan Matthews. And Jordan Matthews was cut twice by the San Francisco 49ers. So that's where we're at right now. That's where we're at. Going into the season, the offense seemed to be a strength. And now, I mean, Zach Ertz, I don't have much faith in him this year. Goddard's playing well, but you have nothing that's going to scare a defense. And I thought that at the trade deadline they could do something, to help that, and they haven't. So very, very disappointing by the Eagles. I mean, I had a feeling that not much was going to happen, and I said in the video, and it might have been a live stream, but I said this maybe last week, that Howie was probably going to just get a regular guy and say, here we go, here's the guy I traded for. That's what he did. Because Avery could be a great player, but we don't know. He's not proven. We needed a proven guy, a proven commodity. And let's talk about these teams that didn't make a trade. Let's talk about that, because as much as I'm concerned about Howie Roseman and maybe GMs don't want to deal with him, I mean, look, he isn't, like I said, Clowney, we missed on Clowney. Ramsey, we missed on Ramsey. Teams, GMs just might not want to deal with Howie Roseman. That's concerning to me. That's really concerning to me. But these GMs of these other teams, John Elway, man, you're a great quarterback, but you absolutely suck as a general manager. So I'm sitting here complaining about Howie Roseman. Oh, and it could be worse. We could have you, because your team is desolate right now. I mean, it's absolutely horrible. And what you're doing is not helping them out at all. You could have, look, man, it's time for you guys to rebuild. It is time for the Denver Broncos to rebuild. And this was a perfect moment. You have Chris Harris Jr. You could have gotten something for him. You already traded away Emmanuel Sanders. But what about Von Miller, guys like Von Miller? I mean, you could have done something to help your team. And you're stubborn and you stay pat. And now you've got a guy that's 32 years old playing cornerback. And what are you going to do, re-sign him? I mean, DJ Birdman, what's up? Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was really upset earlier. I'm tired. I work I work a shift where I get off in the morning and I go to sleep, and I couldn't sleep much because kept checking my phone to see what the Eagles were going to do, and they didn't do anything. But I was really pissed off earlier. Not so much now, but earlier today I was mad because it's man. I really thought they were going to do something. I really thought we were going to, and we've been, the media, and this is why I'm not listening to this media anymore. Look, this is my first season doing these kind of videos. And I'm not going to make the mistake of getting reeled in by the media anymore. I'm not. I mean, for weeks, they played us, and they definitely played me. Oh, the Eagles they're looking to trade for a couple players. Oh, the Eagles are looking to sell some of the, Big V is going to go. Vinny Curry might go. Man, Howie Roseman's working on something big. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Nope, just all it was for us to just keep clicking on them links because, in all honesty, there's not the big. Come on, Jannard Avery. I mean, what do these reporters say now? What do these analysts say now? The same guys that are promising us these big moves and how he's on the phones and the Eagles. Every single free agent the Eagles are in on. Do you realize every single free agent? It got annoying. Oh, they're in on Patrick Peterson. They're in on Darius Slay. Today, I couldn't believe there was a report that the Eagles were talking to the Jets about Le'Veon Bell. How stupid do they think we are to believe that? You got Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders, who just had the best rushing day that the Eagles have had in a long time, and you want us to believe that they're going to trade for a guy with like a $50 million contract, 27 years old that is playing like absolute trash this year? Yeah, wow, really. The best thing to happen today, and DJ Birdman, I'm sure you can agree with me on this. The best thing to happen today was that the Dallas Cowboys did not end up trading for Jamal Adams, because I saw that and man, my heart just dropped, and I said to myself, here we go. This is going to happen. The Eagles aren't going to do anything, and the Cowboys are going to strengthen their team again. And Jamal Adams is an absolute beast and a guy that you could rely on for the next 6 or 7 years at safety. And I just had that stone in my stomach saying that the Cowboys are going to pull that off. And reports were that they were getting ready to give up a number one draft pick, part of a package to get this guy. So Jerry Jones is like, man, I'm in it to win it. Let's do it. As much as I hate him, as much as I hate the Cowboys, they see their window. Last year they did it with Amari Cooper, and I said this in a video yesterday or the day before. I said that the Eagles should go out and get their Amari Cooper this year. A guy that is going to completely turn around their offense like Amari Cooper did for Dallas, and we didn't do it. And I'm not saying Robbie Anderson was going to be that guy, because he probably wasn't. But do what you got to do to get, Keenan Allen and maybe it's just a pipe dream. Maybe it wasn't to be. And maybe Howie was literally on the phones all day, trying his ass off. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, this to me is as disappointing as a loss. And maybe I'm overreacting here, but I mean, I'm looking at the schedule, and what they've done now is they've painted themselves into a corner, being 4-4, because this game against the Seahawks, the Seahawks are one of the best teams in the NFL. We always have trouble with them. That's going to be hard. The Patriots are the Patriots. That's going to be a tough one. This Bears game isn't going to be easy either. After that, we get the Redskins twice. I think the Giants are going to be tougher than we think. We get them. And speaking of the Giants, oh my gosh. Dave Gettleman, again, maybe, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on Howie, because Dave Gettleman, the moves that he's making are like, if I was a Giants fan, I would probably be putting my head through it. I'd probably just buy extra drywall so I could put my head through it every Sunday or every time he makes a stupid move. Because Leonard Williams, you don't need, of all your needs, D tackle is not one of them. And Leonard Williams, really? What was that like a counteract because maybe you thought the Eagles were going to get him? I don't know. Stupid. Oh my gosh, DJ Birdman, dude. Elliott Shore-Parks, I can't stand him. I can't stand. You know what? And the thing is this is a business. These guys like Twitter for you and me. We go on to check our teams, to be active and socially. This is a business for guys like Elliott Shore-Parks. So he's not going to be Mr. Positive all the time. He knows there's no money in that. So he does this annoying shit, belittling Carson Wentz, just pulling on just triggering everybody. He does it on purpose. I mean, he was. I listen to WIP. I don't know about you guys. I listen to WIP. I can't get the Fanatic down here. I don't know why, but I listen to WIP, and he was like at their little trade station today, and he's just an annoying dude. Another guy that was annoying. I don't know if you guys picked up on it. Derek Gunn, and I normally like Derek Gunn and like the his work, but today, right before the trade deadline, he says, guys, he does a tweet saying something, and I'm paraphrasing to the point of, guys, I'm about to spit fire right now in a couple minutes. Hold on, or stay tuned. I'm about to spit some fire in a couple minutes. So even on the radio, everybody's getting like Ike Reese and them guys are like, oh my God, something's about to happen. It's Derek Gunn's Twitter. He wouldn't joke around like this, and he deleted the tweet and said sorry. It was a joke concerning something else. But what a troll move! Just just a shitty day for Eagle fans. It really is. So before I get off here, because I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time here, but I had to vent, and I'm hoping the more live streams that I do, the more people get on here, and the more people that I can speak to, because I was really interested on everybody's opinions here. Maybe I'm going at it a little bit too hardly, but let's talk about some positive stuff. So the Eagles are supposedly going to get Deshaun Jackson back. And maybe the reason why Howie didn't go hard on the receiver is because maybe Deshaun is actually going to be better. And if that's the case, then that's a game changer, obviously. Avonte Maddox, he's supposed to be practicing this week. I mean, that's going to be a huge boost for the Eagles' defense. Again, the corners, Mills and Darby, they're not a great tandem. They're not the worst tandem. The line is going to get better. We're eventually going to get Tim Jernigan back. Nigel Bradham's supposed to be coming back soon. As far as the linebackers go, TJ Edwards is looking really good, I think, coming in at linebacker at times. So there's some positive stuff here. The good thing is the injuries that we have, and I was thinking about this the other day, we're so used to the Eagles being injured the past 2 years that normally their injuries are season enders, and we don't get these guys back. But we are going to get some guys back. Darren Sproles, old man Sproles is going to be coming back. Cravon LeBlanc is going to be coming back. Bird Gang, 10-17, what's going on, dude? You know what? That's how I felt earlier. I felt like we were trash. And this front office thought it was trash. To just go through an important deadline like this and not do anything, get us excited over Jannard Avery. And like I said, man, it might be a big time move for Howie, depending on how this guy works out. But we really needed somebody proven to come in here because let's be honest, man. Like, look, one thing about me, I was born into Eagles fandom, and you're told you root for the Eagles and you root against the Cowboys. Like that's just so I got no love for Dallas at all, but they are on paper, man. They're a more talented team than we are right now, and we had to do something to change that. Yeah, how we can't draft, and that's my thing with these draft picks. I'm hearing these radio heads, these talking heads. We need these draft picks, and you don't want to let go a bunch of draft picks and jeopardize the future. Howie Roseman cannot draft. Look at the wide receivers right now, the rookie wide receivers. DK Metcalf, the McLaurin from Washington, Slayton from New York. These guys are contributing, man. I think McLaurin has like 6 touchdowns. I saw DK Metcalf had 2 the other day. Slayton had 2. I mean, our guy, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, can't even get on the field. He can't get on the field, and we need wide receivers. It's not like he can't get on the field because there's too much depth. He can't get on the field when we need somebody to step up. What does that say? How he cannot draft, man. Donnell Pumphrey a couple years ago in the 4th round of a stacked running back draft. Stacked. Donnie Beck, what's up, dude? Timmy Jernigan's supposed to be coming back in a little bit. I'd be glad. And Peters, I'll tell you what, man. Andre Dillard is a stud. He's been playing good. But yeah, Peters, if they can get him back later on, that'd be awesome too. This year's draft, honestly, Andre Dillard and Miles Sanders are the only 2 guys, and they're really good picks. I'll say that they're really good picks. But there's 2 guys in a 7-round draft. Two guys. That's it. I mean, it's embarrassing. It really is. It's really embarrassing. And as much as everybody gives Joe Douglas a lot of praise, think about the past couple of years, the drafts that they've had. I mean, who? Derek Barnett. I mean, I'm still look. I think he's going to be great, but who's to say at this point? I mean, he's kind of just an average guy if you think about it. I'm not. He's not a guy that people game plan against. Nate Gary. Jeez. I mean, we go on and on. Sidney Jones. Sidney Jones. A second round pick. Think about this. We drafted a hurt player in the second round who I want to throw up every time I see him on the field. I really do. I mean, I'm telling you, man. He is not even. I don't even think he would be starting on an XFL team. That's how bad he is. Constantly chasing receivers. It's embarrassing. And the Eagles can't draft. They just can't. So what is a draft pick? Who cares? And I get it. You can't keep giving up draft picks, but guess what? The players that win do. The New England Patriots do it. The Rams do it. And we're just supposed to be comfortable with this team of hurt football players. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I really am. I hope I'm wrong about this, guys. I really do. But we got Chicago next week. I think that the atmosphere is going to be awesome. First Eagles game in Philly in 3 weeks. And if we're going to do anything, if we'll find out what kind of team we have against Chicago. Let's put it that way. I know it could bite me on the ass or things. Yeah, Donnie, like, I'm not going to hope injuries on any player, but, I mean, honestly, at this point, that might be the only thing that makes Dallas not win the division. And that's another, they hardly ever have any big-time injuries, man. When they played us, they had like 6 guys that might not have played, and then next thing you know, here we go. They all play, and they kill us. WY2 Fly. Man, honestly, I'm tired right now. I'm really tired. Other than that, I'm good. I got back from the gym, tried to get some aggression out over this trade deadline, and I couldn't sleep. I sleep during the day because I work late shift, and I couldn't sleep, man, because I kept thinking the Eagles were going to do something big, so I kept checking my phone, and here I am. I blame my tiredness on Howie Roseman and that front office. So, yeah, if you guys are just joining us, obviously we all know as Eagle fans, Eagles didn't do anything, didn't do jack shit today. Gennard Avery yesterday, again, I think he's gonna be solid, but at the same time, he was drafted in the 5th round, and we gave up a 4th round for him. It's just tough to. I don't know how. If you're in that locker room, how do you feel right now? Think about how the players feel. Like, there's got to be a certain excitement for Carson Wentz thinking he's going to get another weapon. And nothing now? Okay. So, think about how this guy, all the pressure that's on this guy, how he must feel when these wide receivers cannot catch. Mac Hollins was like 100, was he 78 in there 78% of the time, and he's got no catches the past 2 or 3 weeks? That's insane. That's unheard of. The only thing he did for us last week was give us a penalty on the special teams, which he's supposed to be good at. I don't know. I don't. There was a feeling I had in 2016 where, again, Aguilar was trash. I'm sure you all remember. And we had a guy named Paul Turner, like, on the practice squad. He was good in preseason, and we were all, like, begging for him to get on the field. I don't want to be in that. I never want to feel like that again. And I almost feel like that now. I'm almost saying, who else do they have? Greg Ward, come on in. Somebody. Because this is a team that was supposed to, like, be a contender for a Super Bowl. And now we're going, I don't even know if they're going to get into the playoffs. And that's crazy. At least we got the Sixers, right? I don't know if any of you are Sixers fans, but. So, I thank everybody for joining the chat, man. It's good to talk to some fans and vent. I think we all just need to at this point. And again, maybe I'm overreacting here. Because there are some positive things on the horizon. If Deshaun can come back and be 90% of what he is, that's better than the guys we have out there. Matt, and you know what really like chaps my ass about Mac Hollins too is in 2000 the Super Bowl year in 2017, he had a couple plays, man, where it looked like he was going to be a player. And then last year's mysterious injury happened, and now he's just subpar. Donnie Beck says, say we beat the Bears. If we get one win between the Pats and the Seahawks, if I were a betting man, I would think Dallas is going to lose at least twice. The Rams just got Jalen Ramsey to shut down Amari. Yeah, so like I feel the same way. If we can beat the Bears and like this Patriots game, and listen, I'm going to sound crazy here, but if we get a good victory against the Bears, we have our bye. Doug has 2 weeks to prepare for the Patriots. The last time Doug had 2 weeks to prepare for the Patriots, we won the Super Bowl. But I know that's a different team at a different time. But if we get some of these injured players back and healthy enough, the Patriots have a great defense. But look at their schedule. They haven't played anyone. We talk about how Buffalo hasn't played anybody. The Patriots are in the same position. And their offense is pedestrian. So, if we could probably steal that one. I really don't have a good feeling against the Seahawks, but if we could steal one against the Pats, lose to the Seahawks, and then we've got, some average teams that we play. And yeah, Dallas lost to the Jets. All right, Dallas won against us because we played like shit. It wasn't because they played great. We just played like shit. So Dallas still has to play. They still got to play Minnesota, if I'm correct. They still have to play the Rams. They've got a harder schedule down the stretch than we do. So it's not over yet, but and let me ask you guys this, for the guys that are still with me. How do you feel about a guy like Josh Gordon coming in here? Because he's probably going to get released in the next couple weeks by the Patriots. If we can get him off waivers, according to him and his agent, he's not like his injury is not a season-ending injury, even though they put him on IR. So, and then there's always the big Antonio Brown. There's always the big Antonio Brown thing, which he already said kind of that he doesn't want to play for us. But Donnie Beck, the two fumbles, they were done. That game against Dallas, Donnie Beck says the two fumbles basically started the shit show that was in Dallas. No fly zone. What's going on? We're just talking about this real shitty trade deadline. Some of the problems the Eagles have. But yeah, those fumbles, they were done after that. That was it. It was over. When you're handicapped 14 points, you're not going to win. The team was done after that. And if you think about the losses that we had, these turnovers killed us in the losses. The Detroit game, you had the costly fumbles. The Atlanta game. The Atlanta game, I still can't believe we lost that game. We should have won that game. So, CC Lamb, I don't know much about. I don't know much about the guys coming out of college to draft next year. I haven't even started to look into that yet. The Eagles break my heart with these drafts every year. So, luckily I was big on getting Miles Sanders this year, and you guys should check out that video. It was a live reaction video. I was pretty happy when they got him, but yeah, look, I am going to jump off here, take a shower, get some food, and just try to process all this. But I try to be more positive than anything, honestly. And we're coming off a pretty cool win, a pretty nice win in Buffalo, and we can add on that. Hopefully the Birds come out firing against Chicago. I don't want to see an ugly win. I want to see a dominant win. I want to throw up another 30 on them. And another note I haven't mentioned is, I don't know if you guys saw, but Deshaun Jackson says he's optimistic to playing this week. He's the best he's felt into playing this week. So that'd be awesome. So guys, man, go Birds. Thanks everybody for joining. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like, share. You guys know the drill. I'm going to be back with a preview video probably next couple days, previewing the Chicago Bears, and probably talking shit on Howie Roseman in that video too. But thanks guys for joining me. It means a lot. Go Birds, and let's get that big W against Chicago. Let's show them who we are. Peace.